Oh, I've been waiting to talk to this next guest right here. Our NBA analyst, champion with the Boston Celtics, the one and only Kendrick Perkins. Your reaction to this deal, do you feel it's a good thing for the Brooklyn Nets?
Stephen A., surprisingly, I don't. And here's why. Yes, you have all the offensive power in the world, but guess what? Defense wins championships. And you can't tell me a last NBA championship team in the last 5 years that wasn't top 5 defensively. And I'm looking at this roster and I'm saying, who in the hell is going to guard? Who's going to guard Jayson Tatum and Jalen Brown? Who's going to guard Joel Embiid? You need people out there that's going to defend at a high level. And when I'm looking at this Brooklyn Nets team and what they did, I strongly believe that they dropped the ball by getting rid of Jared Allen. He was their rim protector. He was their lob threat. He anchored the defense. So right now, one word comes to mind, Stephen A., on the offensive end: sacrifice. Who is going to sacrifice? Everyone can't have the basketball. It's only one of them.
Let's transition back to the one and only Kendrick Perkins. Now, Kendrick
Perkins now. So Perk, the rookie, gets the game winner, but the veterans really carrying the load. Jayson Tatum and Jalen Brown combined for 48. Where do those two guys rank among your top duos in the NBA?
Oh, they're up there, Jason. Look, I'm telling you right now, the city of Boston and the state of Massachusetts should be very happy because they finally have two young studs that's a top 3 duo in the league. When you look at a guy like Jayson Tatum, right, we know that he's an elite scorer, has 0 flaws in his game offensively, but is an underrated defender, has took that elite facilitating for others. He has done a great job this year is getting others involved, being a playmaker, and he's an underrated rebounder. When you look at Jalen Brown, a guy that I picked to win most improved, has elevated his game. Gordon Hayward left. Kemba Walker is out. Now he's averaging 26 points a night on 56% shooting. He's elevated his game also. One of the best two-way players in the game today. Jayson Tatum and Jalen Brown are a top 3 duo in the league, hands down. It is not even up for debate.
And they're young. I mean, Tatum's 22, Brown's 24, so the Celtics have some cornerstones for the future.
Yeah, but
go ahead.
They got old souls, though. They got old souls.
Ancient souls on those guys.
And Jalen Brown has taken that all-star jump this season. He not only had a career-high 42 points last week, he got that in just 29 minutes. The only Celtic besides Larry Bird to drop 40 in under 30. Take that, Jayson Tatum. Actually, Tatum scored 41 in 30 minutes and 30 seconds, so he can be in the club too. And you know what? Why are people trying to compare Jalen Brown to Jayson Tatum? They're on the same team. But still, who's better has been the question for years.
Jalen Brown is the best player on the Boston Celtics, best all-around player.
Actually, the truth is, on any given night, it could be either one. This video says which is better, but the actual question, how good can they be together? We have waited for Jalen Brown to live up to being the number 3 overall pick for years. He's gotten by on athleticism most of the time, but now he looks legit. Yes, the 42 points in 29 minutes, but his shooting has improved so much. Through the first week of the season, he's up to 44% from downtown. Last year, he hit 42% on catch and shoot threes. The playmaking is at a career high too with 3.5 assists. The Celtics need that without Gordon Hayward this year and Kemba Walker's injury. Brown has stepped up. Also, his handle has improved too. He is creating for himself and others, and he looks like a legit star. By the way, I said he's obviously an all-star. That is a huge statement. I hate when people say someone's an all-star without saying who's going to be left out. There are 12 all-stars every year, but at least 4 of those are guards. So, if Jalen Brown makes one of the 8 other spots, that begs the question, who will not be an all-star that made it last year? Well, the East non-guards were Jayson Tatum, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Chris Middleton, Bam Adebayo, Joel Embiid, Pascal Siakam, Jimmy Butler, Domantas Sabonis, and Chris Middleton. I think it's pretty obvious who doesn't make it. Sorry, Raptor fans. Siakam has fallen off a cliff since the pandemic hit. He was not himself in the bubble, and this season is the same. The team even sat him for disciplinary reasons last week. If he does take that all-star jump, it is the exact same progression that Jayson Tatum took last year. And actually just as impressive as any of this for Jaylen Brown is that he didn't sulk last year when Tatum passed him. Imagine how tough that would have been for your ego, for the guy who was drafted the year after you to pass you up. I mean, the team was up for grabs and Tatum took it. 7 years ago, Danny Ainge traded Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett for a ton of picks to Brooklyn. He also rebuilt, though, with free agents. First, it was Isaiah Thomas and Al Horford. Then Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward joined the team. But instead of those vets taking off, they broke down, and the young Celtics had to take over ahead of schedule. At that point, to most people, Tatum and Brown were neck and neck. But last year, at least the media dubbed the Celtics Jayson Tatum's team. Instead of throwing a fit, Jaylen Brown has been like Klay Thompson when Steph Curry won MVPs. He just did his part, head down, and earned his own respect. Those kinds of players are rare, and Boston could have their own Steph and Klay, with less shooting, of course. I mean, they are still super young at 22 and 24 years old, but with Brown's jump, it is time to rank them among the East Big Twos. At the top, obviously, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, unquestioned number one. Then, Giannis and Chris Middleton. I am ready, though, to put Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum just below them. Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, Bam and Jimmy Butler below that, dead last. The reason I feel so good about this ranking is Brown and Tatum are both young and improving. They are just entering their prime and are two-way wings. That kind of player is what wins in this league. Guys like LeBron James and Kawhi Leonard are wings, capable of elite offense and defense. For the Celtics to have two all-star level wings is dangerous. Of course, the reason Bam and Butler are below them but made the finals last year is the NBA is not 2-on-2. It is a team sport. Even with a lot of talent, everyone needs help to reach their potential. Brown and Tatum may be the third best duo in the East, but they can't win a chip without the right team around them. Right now, the Celtics supporting cast is Kemba Walker, Marcus Smart, Tristan Thompson, and Daniel Tice, plus young guys like Grant and Robert Williams, Peyton Pritchard, and Romeo Langford. That's not exactly Heat or Nets depth. But no matter what the roster looks like, the question will be, who is the best Celtic? Well, for that, let's turn to the fact that makes you go,
Think that makes you go,
5 games in, Jaylen Brown averaged 28 points a game, shooting 56% from the field, 44% from downtown, with 4 boards, 3 assists, and 2 steals. Jayson Tatum, 24 points, 48% from the field, 40% from downtown, 7 boards, 3 assists, and 1 steal on about the same minutes. But the difference is, those are Tatum's numbers this year and last. 71 games. Look, I know Kendrick Perkins said Brown is better, and he is connected with this team, but his job is to make headlines. Jaylen Brown is not better than Jayson Tatum yet. If Perk said that before the season, okay, he called his shot. But for him to say that after 5 games is just not right. The truth is, Tatum's numbers are similar, but right now he is more efficient in the clutch, and the team puts the ball in his hands in big moments. They're both really good two-way players, but the thing that matters most is time. Brown has been better this year, yes, but this year just started. If this lasts all season, that's one thing, but he can't take the title of best Celtic just yet. But we can look at their numbers all we want. The key to their potential as a duo will be not caring whose team it is. If they start worrying about that, they already lost. The truth is, it's both their teams. And yes, it is possible for that to exist. Just look at our earlier example, the Golden State Warriors. A lot can be accomplished when no one cares who gets the credit. Even though Golden State won without Kevin Durant, they welcomed KD with open arms and won 2 more chips. So we don't know how good they can be. That's on the front office to build around their 2 stars. But we do know that Jaylen Brown has taken an all-star leap. He now is so good, the Celtics won't even trade him for James Harden. And they shouldn't. That is a huge statement for a guy that's been top 3 in MVP voting 5 times in 8 years. Look, Celtics fans literally booed the team owner when he publicly backed Jaylen Brown just a few years ago. It's taken some time, but he is finally playing like an all-star.